New at 6, the city of Gahanna has a strong tradition of honoring the men and women who served this country. So it's no surprise there was an observance today at Veterans Memorial Park. One of the speakers, a Gahanna police officer, has a special story to tell about his father, one he shared with 10 TV's Kristen Hartman. He called it Searching for Paul.
It was 1945, World War II. A radio operator and gunner was flying his last mission.
He was totally fearless.
This was a 22-year-old who had much to live for. He was a husband and new father who had yet to hold his baby boy. But he wouldn't make it home. The enemy shot down his plane.
Left wing broke off and plane spun, crashed.
A tragic moment preserved in that caption and this aerial photo showing the dust cloud after impact. It's all in a book belonging to that baby boy who never met his dad, and it sparked a lifelong pursuit.
Searching for Paul, that was his name.
Ed Wheeler had his father's writings and his father's pictures, so people would ask,
Isn't it enough that you know that he died a hero? No, it wasn't enough. I needed to know the man.
How many people would you say you've written over the years and corresponded with in search of your dad?
Oh, what you see here, just letters, probably 100, I guess.
Thoughts from men his father served with gave pictures a soul.
He was a wonderful person, quiet, modest, friendly, and completely honest.
You hold on to these words like they're gold, I bet.
Oh, I do.
Ed's paper path ultimately led him to northern Italy, where his dad's plane went down. About 3 years ago, he wrote a mayor in a town near the crash site.
And at first they said, we don't know anything about this. And then about 2 months later, they sent a letter to me and said, we have an eyewitness to a crash here.
The eyewitness shared how when he was 12, he watched Paul Wheeler's plane fall out of the sky. He went to it and helped his own father bury the airman. Ed wanted to see the place.
All of a sudden, I started getting letters saying, when will you be over?
A few weeks ago, he made the trip to Italy. People took him to the heavily wooded, steep hillside.
Unbelievable, Sarge. We didn't know we were going to do this, did we?
Where the elder Wheeler died. They marked the spot with a monument. Even that witness, now 82 years old, made the tough trek and introduced himself.
Carlo started crying. And he said, I'm the one that was with my father when they buried. And he says, you being here, I feel like you're my brother now.
Another ceremony followed. Villagers paid their respects and gave Ed this plaque. It reads, in honor of Paul Wheeler, who died for our liberty.
What did it mean to you that these perfect strangers, an ocean away, did this?
I was so overwhelmed. I cried so much my face was swollen, but the people over there were so gracious.
They kind of adopted you.
They did.
The very beginning of this interview, you said you would call this story In Search of Paul. Did you find him?
Yes. Yeah.
A powerful story from 10 TV's Kristen Hartman. This Memorial Day was especially significant for Ed because he recently returned from Italy. He says he will go back as he is forever connected with that northern Italian village.